So welcome. We are so excited to have Gary Busey and his partner Stephanie with us for the whole week of podcasts that we are going to talk about Gary's story. We're going to talk about Gary's new book, Buseyisms, Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth.
This is Gary's
And
Bible.
I couldn't be more grateful.
This is fantastic.
You are here.
Me too. It's a miracle and a blessing to be here for me and Stephanie. And
Thank you.
without Stephanie, I probably wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here.
You definitely wouldn't be here.
Okay, she puts it in the right place.
I love that.
Definitely wouldn't be here. And the miracle and the blessing I received from Dr. Tana Amen is beyond the description you can give that on earth. Because I didn't know what happened to my brain after I had the motorcycle accident December 4th, 1988. And Dr. Amen told me, your skull is sear and it doesn't move, but the brain goes whack, 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 whack inside of me. I hit here. My skull was split all the way up to the top. I had a hole in my skull as big as a 50-cent piece. And that's where I terminated the injury to be. But the injury was over here. And this part of my brain is dead, but I've chosen the word dormant because I talk to my brain every day and my brain talks to me. Your best friend is your brain. And what the brain has in it that you don't realize is your best friend is your mind. And MIND stands for making it new daily.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that a good one?
I like that.
And Buseyisms, your new book coming out September 4th, is loaded with these acronyms or Buseyisms. And Stephanie actually wrote the book by interviewing
10 months.
Gary.
I'm the ghostwriter. It's all his words, but he would tell stories and go off onto tangents. So I'm the one who deciphered everything and made it cohesive.
And you did it in a beautiful way.
That's so sweet.
The book is inspiring. It's easy to get through. It's hysterical.
Can I say something? I first saw you in the Buddy Holly story. And it was awesome. I was pretty young and I saw this movie, and I've seen you in so many movies, as most of our listeners and watchers have. And you're amazing. And, my daughter's going into Hollywood, and we see so many people from Hollywood, but what we don't often see is the spiritual component. And I'm so excited to see this in your book. So you've actually titled this your Bible. And I love this. It's really, that's your acronym for your book.
Basic Instructions. It's not an acronym. It's a Buseyism.
I love it, though.
Good.
Okay. So it's really a spiritual book. You're very spiritual.
Yeah, I've been the other side twice. Once death after the motorcycle wreck and the brain surgery. And I was surrounded by angels in an unlimited space of time. But there's no time, distance, or thought on the other side. It's all feeling. And it's a beautiful place to be, to find out who you really are.
Well, and before his head injury, so, as I read the book from a psychiatrist standpoint, it sounded like clearly you had ADD as a child. What was the one story where your mother actually had to take the playpen and turn it upside down to try to keep you in?
She captured you.
But that wouldn't work. And then you played football in high school and college.
Grade school, junior high, high school, junior college, and university. And when I was playing university, Oklahoma State University, I hurt my knee. My knee took me out of my athletic scholarship, so I moved to drama. But here's the blessing of the knee injury. It kept me out of the Vietnam War.
Interesting.
Thank you.
And it kept you out of the pros, which would have damaged your brain even more.
I don't know how much more damage it could receive.
Yes, that's true after the accident. But so having ADD, playing football, you had an acronym. What was it, STS?
STS, yes, it's Buseyism. And I was a linebacker, and they would have blocking dummies lined up of 1, 2, three. And on the other side of the blocking dummies would come a pulling guard. Behind him would be a halfback with the ball. The pulling guard picked which dummies he would go through, the blocking dummies, big pads of canvas. And I would have to get the guard away from me and hit the back. And I was so quick in those little steps, I could get past the guard. Then I would hit the halfback right here with my forehead.
Oh.
Boom! Then I'd slide my helmet up and loosen his teeth. And when he fell down, I'd help him up and say, I'll be right back.
Oh, no.
Well, the STS means snap the sternum.
Oh, my gosh.
Here, real hard.
And you were also
You want
a
me to show
center,
you?
too.
No. Please don't.
Okay, so before the accident, ADD, playing football, then drama, which worked out really well for you. And you were very persistent if you read the book, and you had really great training. There was some drug issues. It was before the motorcycle accident, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before and after.
Before and
then he
after.
had a long period of sobriety, and then he had a really quick relapse, which then that was but the relapse was after the motorcycle accident.
After the motorcycle. What changed for you after the accident?
Oh, the understanding that life is so special. And LIFE stands for living in forever eternity. The word death stands for DEATH. Don't expect a tragedy here. Because I've been to the other side twice, and it's a great trip. A guide takes you. You don't feel a thing. You don't see a thing. You don't feel a thing. You are just there in that spiritual place of nothingness but everythingness. You feel like there's nothing here, but no, everything is there. And you're in a place of achievement and accomplishment, and you get to know who you are.
That's so cool.
And I found myself very happy with me. And the angels, I was this long and that wide. And that's your soul. And your soul is housed in the column of your spine. And my soul was there, and the lights were this big all around me in the air. They were orange, gold, magenta, amber. And 3 of them came up to my essence. And the light on the left was Abalone, Mother Pearl, that spoke to me in an androgynous voice and thought. And it said, you're going in the right direction. You're having a lot of good things happening to you, but what you need, because of your responsibility to mankind, you need to look for help in the spiritual realm. Now you can come with us now, return to your body, continue your destiny. It's your choice. And when you hear the truth, when you're on the other side, you go right to it. And the word truth, TRUTH, stands for taking real understanding to heart. And your heart holds the answers
I love that.
to every question you don't know you have. And your heart is the face of your spirit.
That's lovely.
These are gifts I've been given from the supernatural, the spiritual realm.
You told me another one before we turned the camera on that I really want everyone watching and listening to hear. And you told me the one about faith and simple. You told me 2 of them. Can you repeat those?
Faith, F-A-I-T-H, stands for fantastic adventures in trusting Him. The word, let me give you 2 more. Hope, H-O-P-E, that stands for heavenly offerings prevail eternally, which they do. They do. Just have to look up and catch a miracle and wrap around you, and a miracle will be yourself. And the word simple, S-I-M-P-L-A, stands for see it manifesting precious loving energy.
Oh, wow.
And simple turns to sweetness. Sweetness turns to a hand contact. Hand contact turns into an eye contact. And the feelings you have when you're meeting a spirit and a soul that you've known for 3,000 years, you're meeting a soulmate. Your past life regressions come to you in thought and feeling, not in words and descriptions.
So after the motorcycle accident, which was without a helmet, which was wicked, you were hospitalized. They actually ended up putting you on a psych ward because they couldn't control your behavior.
Let me express that. That's in Cedars-Sinai, where they took me with the brain surgery. And the mail orderly came up to my brother, David Busey, and said, "You got to get him out of here." They have him chained onto a metal table without clothes on, and they have him under 12 layers of drugs.
Which is what we do. I'm a neurosurgical ICU nurse.
Well,
and
let me
that's not uncommon.
Well, let me tell you this. That's got to change.
I agree with
Because
you.
you're not considering it all, the patient, the
I
brain,
totally
the
agree
heart,
with you.
the soul, and spirit. They moved me to Daniel Freeman, which is not there anymore. Dr. Barry Ludwig and Dr. Roger Light were my doctors in the hospital.
Right.
And they took him off the drugs and let him go through that agitation period.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorite stories in the book is, because Gary's an actor, is they actually let him act being a doctor on the ward.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
That was his wife's idea. She was very, very wonderful to help him
Yeah,
through this, because
Judy.
they were separated when he had the accident, and she came to his side, and it was her idea, and she said, "He's an actor. He needs something to do. Let him go with you on rounds and tell him he's preparing for his next role."
And give him a smock to wear and a clipboard.
That's amazing.
And
It's
I
brilliant.
would go in there and start going through the drawers of the patients.
This is how his first Buseyism was ever created.
Yeah, I realized the socks were all messed up and not in order. So I straightened them all up in even, nice, balanced rows
That's funny.
and said, "That's really neat." And neat to me stood for nice, exciting, and tight.
And that's funny. That's funny.
It could be a drive-in movie teenagerism too.
That's
what did you and your loved ones?
How you doing out there? We'll get you some popcorn later.
What did you and your loved ones notice was different about you after the accident? And we'll show people, with your permission, of course, what his brain looks like. I mean, you can see the hurt.
A
And
traumatic brain injury is what I had. And it's harder on the family than it is the patients. And
oh, it's
witnessed
terrible.
that. I saw
I
that.
promise you, it's terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
For
They
the
don't-
people that love you, it's heartbreaking.
The best thing you do at a funeral and with a person with a traumatic brain injury is celebrate life.
I
You
told
don't.
I told my family I will come back from the dead and haunt them if they go and play sad, somber music. I want them to play Def Leppard, Bury Me in My Ghee, and throw a party.
Yes.
Def Leppard?
Yes.
Leopards you can't hear?
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
point is, I want them to party like rock stars.
Yeah.
Rock.
all right, let's get back to the topic. The
Yeah,
topic
let's do
is
it, please.
what happened. What differences did you notice? And what differences did your family notice after the head injury?
Oh, you don't know anything when you have a head injury.
He went back to work like he was healed.
Yeah,
And for 25 or 30 years, didn't really even
no.
Consider it.
consider he had any
No.
issues at all.
My brain surgery was over. I'd recovered.
But they don't tell you
No,
that
they
you're going to
didn't
have
know.
Wait a
They
minute.
didn't
problem.
know.
Right.
Wait a minute. My brain surgery was over, and they
Yeah.
had me in occupational therapy, speech therapy, physical fitness therapy.
Right.
And they noticed, they thought I had ADD, but I proved them wrong on that. And they realized that Gary Busey was born with the energy of 10 men who have normal jobs. I'm still with that energy, and I'm 73. This is my 73rd trip around the sun. And there's no stopping for me. I just keep going.
That's awesome.
And after, was Point Break the movie
That was the
right
first
after
movie I
your
did,
head
yeah.
injury?
Yeah, Point Break.
Wasn't it Predator 2 and then Point
No.
Break?
No.
No? Are you
Point
sure?
Break, 1991.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, you were great in that. So you didn't notice any changes in your
No.
memory, your focus,
No, nothing
your
to
acting
notice.
ability?
I was better than I was before the accident. That's how I felt. Because I'm alive. I'm out here doing it. Hey, what do you want to know?
Right.
I got all the
And-
answers.
You had been to the other side.
Huh?
And many people tell
Oh.
me when they've been to the other side, their level of anxiety goes down, their depression goes down because they
All
have
of that's
hope.
gone. All that's a resource that your brain has for the part of you that loves to be in fear. And the word fear, F-E-A-R, that stands for false, evidence appearing real. So the person in fear creates it themselves. Like the word doubt, D-O-U-B-T, that stands for debating on understanding bewildering thoughts. Well, when you debate with yourself, there's never a winner.
Right.
Not no winners. You got to be free of that. Free of your own identity. Free with your own identity.
You guys have been together 10 years.
10 years.
And you have an 8-year-old son.
We've been together 32 lifetimes.
In this lifetime, 10 years.
In this lifetime, 10 years. And what were the things that you can share that you were concerned about?
Impulse control.
What?
Impulse control.
What is that?
Memory.
My memory is, I'll play a memory game with any one of you in here. And
Yeah, but that's
you'll never get
that's
it.
old term stuff. I'm talking about
No,
short-term.
I'm talking about the memory. It's not old term stuff.
That's her question, though. Let her answer her question from her perspective.
You mean she asked a question to herself? What do you think she's going to answer? She's going to answer the way she wants to. Forget the question mark.
So memory, impulse control.
Yeah.
And we talked about Memory Rescue, my new book, and Bright Minds, which are the risk factors that steal your mind. Thank you so much. And
God bless
and with that, and what I'm excited to be on this journey with you is how much of this dormant brain function can we get back?
Oh, a lot.
And
It's coming
if
back now.
we can get it back.
We will. We are.
Then
That's
we've
what I
agreed to document this to give other people hope who've had brain injuries.
That's why we're here. Yes, indeed.
I think he's going to surprise you. I think that part of the brain that you say is dead, I think he's going to, of all people, I really have a feeling he's going to bring it back somehow.
Well, we're going to
it's coming
scan
back.
them again
It's coming back.
in a couple months.
And I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to find the guy that did that to your hair. Yay! Cheer up.
Oh my
Just kidding.
So since
Look at my hair when I say that.
so since we met, I guess it was about a month ago.
Oh my gosh.
What is different? What are you doing different to start this healing journey?
Well, I eat. Your stomach is this big. I eat very little. Nutritional, organic, and she is a master at that for me. Water, 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 water. No cigars, no marijuana. That's ridiculous because that stops your brain from working properly. And I know that from experience, and I know it from stopping it. And
No soda.
So you feel better from stopping it, you're saying?
What?
You feel better after stopping it.
I don't feel better, I know better.
Good.
And we have knowledge of being better, you already feel it.
So less cigars.
No cigars.
No cigars.
No
No
cigars or marijuana.
no pot.
More water.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you pay me now or do I walk away? The check is in the mail, Gary. The check is in the
I'm
mail.
going to pay you with longevity.
He's doing the supplements, your supplements,
Doing
Oh,
the
yeah. Oh,
twice
God.
a day. He's also
I feel like I've got the neck of a thoroughbred horse swallowing those pills.
just all in one pop. It's crazy.
Like
That
that,
is
your throat has to
crazy.
open up
All in
that
one
big
pop.
to swallow the pills he gives me.
Well, I'm not sure we recommend taking them all at once.
That's
but
what I keep telling him. I'm like, take him a
Hey.
few at a time.
That's my life story. I do everything
all at
once.
once. I get that sense. I get that sense. Yes.
He's cut out soda and all the sugary drinks.
Awesome.
He's starting
That
to
alone.
learn more about nutrition. That's what he needs to do, is learn more about it.
I'm learning.
He's reading there's a chapter in your book that he's reading. He's read multiple
And I gave you
times.
Tana's cookbook, right?
We've got-
the Brain Warriors
Yeah.
Way cookbook.
What?
So I gave you Tana's cookbook. She wrote a cookbook called The
have
Brain
it.
Warriors Way.
What is that?
her book.
He's like, cook? I have to cook?
Yeah, no, he doesn't cook.
One of your recipes I really like. It's making waffles with Raisin Bran and Cheerios in them. That's really something.
No.
She can't deny it. No, don't do this.
So tell me about your diet.
Just getting a poke on that one. That's the
You are a
behave yourself
troublemaker.
poke.
He's a
Okay.
troublemaker.
Behave
Yes.
yourself poke.
Yes.
You know what I love it when I do? We be in a meeting where I'm trying to get him to behave himself, and I'll kick his foot.
Oh no! Why
and
do
he
you
goes,
think I have high
Why are
heels
you
on?"
kicking my foot?
Yes. No, he does
In
that
front
too.
of all the people. I'm
He
like,
does
that
the
too.
same thing to me.
I started wearing high heels. I thought if I'm going to get in trouble, I'm at least going to stomp his foot with my high heel.
Right.
No, don't do that. Wear football cleats and just
Yeah,
stomp
that's
on
a
his
good,
foot.
okay. Thank you for that too. I like that because he does. He's like,
we
why
should
are you
make a
kicking
line
me?
of shoes with cleats on it for women who have to kick their husbands
No,
under
forget
the
that.
table.
Don't listen to this. Don't listen to that. That's a very
It's next
unfair.
on my list.
Have you ever been hit in the head real hard with a little league bat?
Oh dear Lord, no.
What?
It's not a habit that I think I want
You
to
play
like.
a horn? What did you just say?
Dear Lord, no.
Dr. Amen. Let's get back on track somehow.
So why, Gary?
Why what?
Ask her about getting hit in the head with a bat.
I didn't have anything else to say. So it just came out without effort, you know?
See, that was the impulse filtering stuff I
Oh,
was talking
but
about.
you have to admit it does make him funny.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's
Most of the time.
It's pretty funny. I saw him. So I want to give you a compliment because before,
Finally!
there's
kidding,
many.
not
There's
Amy.
many. Before we came in, I had just met you, and before we walked in, one thing you do so masterfully and beautifully is you take everyone in the room into consideration. You make sure that everyone feels welcome.
They're very important to me.
Yeah, I
my
noticed
heart,
that.
My spirit.
And I noticed that, and that's lovely because not everyone does that.
Well, all those people I met, and they're right here, are so special to me in what they do, where they come from, where they are, and where they're going. And that to me is I give them a green flag. Go, get it.
And it's lovely.
And to come in and introduce myself with my heart and my spirit, I let them know by that I'm on their team.
And I love that. And then you turned right around and acted like you ran into a door and scared the heck out of me.
Oh, that's a fun thing to do in Tokyo.
Not for a trauma nurse. It's not good.
For who?
A trauma nurse. I'm a trauma nurse. And you
are.
ran into a door.
You are a living trauma, honey. Did you know that? An LT over
Okay,
here.
poke.
Okay, stop doing
Cleat
that.
shoes.
I'll get you.
Yes, no, I have stories about the living trauma, but we're here to talk about recovering
Yeah.
from traumatic brain injury. And Gary and I and Stephanie were working on a documentary, Fixing Gary Busey's Brain.
I think
that we
should
couldn't
be
be
fixing
so
Gary
excited.
Busey's life. I think we should expand that.
Well, but don't you think if you fix
Yeah.
the brain,
You fix
You
the
fix
life.
the
Life.
life
Change your
begins
brain,
to
change
get
your
better.
life. I
Change your
heard
brain,
that
change your
somewhere.
life. We're
What?
very excited about that.
What did you say?
We were referencing his book, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. Another great book.
Yeah, that goes for everybody living, whether you've had a traumatic brain injury or not. As you grow older, your brain grows older, but as you stay young, your brain stays young. And that's young in the way you feel about your life, the others, the people you work with, your family, your job, whatever it is. And remember this, if you're going through something that's just, I hate this, I don't want to be in this, this is horrible. Repeat these 4 words to yourself. It could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
And that gives you a feeling of, yeah, that feeling is where your brain likes to reside.
Mm-hmm. And I always liked this too shall pass. It's going to pass one way or another. It's going to pass.
Two shall
too.
pass.
This too shall pass.
What-
Gonna
what is-
pass.
what is-
Whatever the bad situation is.
talking about passing gas.
Why did I know he was going to do that?
You know, it's a saying, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
I love that saying.
I want to tell you what the Buseyism for fart is,
Oh God.
because a fart is something everybody does as a natural bodily function. FART stands for feeling a rectal transmission. It's okay to fart in an elevator and say, let's play Name That Smell. That way everyone's included in what you do with your body.
That's hilarious.
What about sin?
You better jump in here, buddy. I'm lost.
We're all good. What about sin?
Sin, S-I-N, stands for self-imposed nonsense,
I like that.
which is what it is.
And after a head injury, sin is actually more likely because if you hurt the front part of your brain, well, that's the part of you that stops you from saying things you shouldn't say or doing things you shouldn't do.
Oh,
And after the
I
head
grew up with
injury, you actually, initially you came out against the helmet law. I read that in the book. And then after you came to your senses, you really thought about it. You came out in favor of the helmet law.
You know what I did? Had a press symposium at the Bonaventure Hotel in LA. And I recanted everything I said about the helmets. It's stupid. You don't need a helmet. And George Herbert Walker Bush press heard it, invited me to a White House briefing. And that language became the beginning language of the Traumatic Brain Injury Act, which I created. And Clinton signed it to an act in 1997. And I have the first and last page from the White House, this big, of the act that created the Traumatic Brain Injury Act, with all the senators that worked on it, signed it underneath. That's a very proud moment in my life concerning what I've been through and what I can give from that to help others.
So important. I mean, that's a historic
It's more than important.
And think of the lives saved.
Yeah.
Because you came out and
Huge.
said, this is really important.
Yeah, I need you to wear your helmet. I even encourage people to wear helmets when they take showers.
So I don't know what to say to that.
You don't get it? Wear a helmet in there and you'll find out. And when you drop the soap, be careful. Okay.
Oh, dear.
So, as part of the healing process, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go after each of the Bright Minds risk factors. And so, let's just go through them. And let's talk about what I want you to do for each of them. So, B in Bright Minds is for blood flow. Low blood flow is the #1 brain imaging predictor of Alzheimer's disease.
What do you mean blood flow?
Blood flow to your brain. And when we did the SPECT scan on you, we saw really low blood flow, especially to the front part of your brain.
Where you said it was dormant, that's low blood flow.
Doctor said dead.
Okay.
I choose the other B word.
So
Which
no
was
blood
really
flow, low
interesting
blood flow.
because the injury happened
Excuse
on
me.
the right side.
Right, but
The injury happened on the right side.
As
but
you
the
said, whap, whap.
damage,
Damage is there.
it's called a contra coup injury, happened on the
Right.
left side. But it can be so much better. So how do you know, besides if you had a SPECT scan, whether you have low blood flow? If you have hypertension, you have hypertension.
No, I don't.
Now it's being treated, right?
Prove it. No, I'm kidding. Yes, it's being treated.
So
What were
that
you
means
saying?
if you have hypertension, you have to treat it. That's really
Did
important.
you say tweet or treat?
Treat.
please don't tweet.
Let's
Treat it.
wait, get our phones.
If you have any form of heart disease, you have to treat that effectively because your brain uses 20% of the blood flow in your body. So you have to fix any
Wow.
vascular problem if you don't exercise. So treating hypertension, are you exercising?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I need to walk more.
Okay.
Then there's a gym across the street that has free weights.
And he is strong. In fact, when he gives me a hug, I'm like, please don't break my ribs. He's strong and he's big.
Welcome to the gym.
The R in Bright Minds is retirement and aging. As when you stop learning, your brain starts dying. And you're 73, even though you don't look like you're 73. The older we get, the more serious we need to be about doing the right things. Oh, with blood flow. Marijuana lowers blood flow to the brain. Cigars, nicotine, lowers blood flow to the brain. So getting rid
never
of
inhale
those, I'm
cigars.
so proud of you. I'm
Thank you.
so proud of you. Even though you don't inhale, it comes through your mucous membrane.
Say that again, because he always says, "I don't inhale."
Yeah, but even
that's
secondhand
what,
smoke
that's
is
what
bad.
Clinton said too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? But
Listen. Listen. Say it again. Listen.
it goes through the mucous membranes in your mouth.
Yeah.
So you get the nicotine that constricts blood flow. That's bad.
Well, see, my throat closes. I don't inhale.
He has no mucous membranes.
He has no
He's
mucous
mucous membrane.
He's immune.
Okay, so we're on R, retirement and aging. You need to be learning new things.
I am.
Now, you play the guitar. In fact, in the Buddy Holly story, you were just
Yeah,
amazing.
it was
And
really
you
awesome.
sang all the songs and played all the instruments, correct?
You were so good.
It's amazing. I stands for inflammation. When inflammation, it comes from the Latin word to set a fire. It's like you have a low-level fire in your body. And when I tested your inflammatory markers, there's a blood test called C-reactive protein. It was way too high. And after we do the podcast today, we're going to go meet with Dr. Philaday, and we're going to talk about how to get your body in the best shape.
And you feel better.
possible.
Pain goes down. So in general.
Pain.
Yeah.
I love pain.
So the omega-3...
I'm talking about window pain.
Ah, yes.
The omega-3 fatty acids that are in the supplements, they help decrease inflammation.
Right.
And if you cook with things like turmeric that's in curry.
Like who?
Curry. Like if you eat curry.
Do you
I
like
don't eat
curries?
curry. No.
Okay. So do you like fish?
I give him a turmeric supplement.
Okay, well, that's good.
So turmeric is a great supplement because it helps decrease inflammation. G is genetics. So what do you have that runs in your family? Your mom, your dad, aunts, uncles, cousins?
Quickness, speed, doesn't think before I speak. I got that all my life. Gary, you got to think before you speak. I did think. We'll try it again. Okay. Try to stop and say the same thing. He said, you're not thinking. I said, yes, I am.
H is
funny
head
how-
trauma, which is obvious.
It's funny what I've learned from being with you, that we all have invisible ways emotionally of denying what our truth is.
Of course. Everybody does. They're called blind spots for a reason.
Blind spots.
Right.
That's like driving stupid on a freeway.
But we have them, and they're blind
There's a
spots
lot
for
of
a
those.
reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Bright Minds, back to that, we'll have to make this a Buseyism. The H is head trauma. And so not only did you have the major head trauma,
TBI.
you had thousands of little ones playing football.
Right. Every hit.
Thousands. And
And-
here we
and
did the big
radiation.
NFL.
Radiation in the face.
We're going to get to that. That's on the T.
Oh.
Oh.
Get
So
ready.
the T in Bright Mind stands for toxins. And you had cancer in one of your sinuses.
Right here.
And they
And
took
right
it
here.
out.
Yeah.
And then they radiated you. They gave you, like,
That's not
turned out to
something-
be whole brain radiation.
That's something I didn't want to do.
You didn't want to do it, but the doctor thought it would be the best course.
Doctor told me radiation kills cancer roots. Cancer roots cannot be seen by microscopes. If you have one cancer root, you got cancer again. I went, oh shit. I should have gone to my cancer doctor, Chester Griffiths, and told him that. And he would have said, no, don't do it.
Well, you did it. And that may
I did
have
it. I did
contributed
it.
to the damage we saw on the left front side of his brain. So if we have football and we have the motorcycle accident, now we have the radiation, and then other toxins. Cocaine is clearly a toxin. Marijuana is a
Marijuana.
toxin. Cigarette smoke is a toxin.
I don't smoke cigarettes.
Cigar smoke is a toxin. So we have all those toxins. And what you do is you stop the toxin. That's the first thing. And then you support the 4 organs of detoxification. So your kidneys
You already
drink
said
more
you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Your gut, eat more fiber. So lots of vegetables, really important.
And do you take a probiotic?
Right? Let me do this. Probiotics, great. The liver, don't drink. And eat brassicas.
What's brassica?
They're special vegetables that detoxify you.
Never heard
Brussels
of it.
sprouts,
Oh. Brussels sprouts.
cauliflower, cabbage, broccoli.
That's what we eat all the time.
What about sauerkraut?
Yes.
Sauerkraut is
excellent.
great.
I love sauerkraut.
know.
Yeah. No.
We
So
gotta get those
fermented
Hebrew
foods. Fermented foods are great. So sauerkraut,
Fermented.
kimchi. Sauerkraut is fermented. So sauerkraut and kimchi because the probiotics. I was just asking you if you took a probiotic. So
We got the one that you told me to order.
good.
That's the one I'm giving, but I think I forgot to give it to you today.
As long as you're taking it.
Okay, so that's the bright part. Oh, and then sweating with exercise, because your skin is actually the largest detoxification organ in your body. And saunas. Do you like taking saunas?
Yeah.
Saunas. There's a study
Don't
from
have any
Finland where people who took saunas 5 to 7 times a week cut their risk of Alzheimer's disease by 2/3.
Wow.
So a dramatic decrease. So sweating is really good. The M in Bright Minds, mental health, depression increases your risk of trouble.
I don't have
ADD
any depression.
increase.
I have no depression.
I love that. The second I is immunity and infections. A lot of infections actually cause brain problems. Lyme disease, herpes.
What does Lyme disease do to you?
It's a bacteria you actually get from a deer tick. It's called a spirochete. And
Wow.
it can damage your joints, but a lot of people don't know it actually can damage your brain. And people can have pretty severe emotional reactions from it. So with immunity, how to boost it is you optimize your vitamin D level, which is something we'll talk about, but also eating mushrooms, garlic, and onions. So figure out what of those you like, and
I loved all that.
those are really good for you.
Salad, mushrooms, garlic, and weenie. Onion.
The N in
Such a face.
the N in Bright Minds is so important for you because they're called neurohormone deficiencies. When your hormones are low, testosterone, thyroid, DHEA,
I got to get my testosterone up, and
You
I
do.
have that medicine.
you
use
do,
that
and
twice
we're
a
going
day
to
or
talk
3
to
days?
well, we're going to talk to Dr. Philaday about. But this is really important that very few people know about. When you have a severe brain injury, it actually hurts a part of your brain called your pituitary gland, and it turns off hormone production of a lot of different things.
And it often gets
For
overlooked.
you, your thyroid was low, way too low, and your testosterone. So just fixing that, if that was all we did,
You'd feel better.
you would feel better.
Memory would be better. You'd be sharp. Well, I don't know if you need to be. You're already like
Pretty sharp. He's
You ought
razor sharp.
You ought to let me play my memory game with you.
No.
Oh, we got to do
no,
that
I'm
before
good.
the end. He has to play it with Tana.
He has to play it with
The
Tana.
memory
It's
game.
hysterical. So we're going to fix the hormones. D is diabesity, which is a combination of being overweight and having high blood sugar. Your blood sugar was way too high. Now it's probably better if you're
It's a lot
eating
better.
the way
I'll eat no
that
sugar.
we talked
Good.
about.
No sugar.
Sugar is death
It is
for the brain.
The devil. Sugar is the devil.
Okay, you ready to play the memory game?
Oh dear.
Almost
Wait,
done. Almost there.
I'm kidding. Take your time.
But since we met, how much weight have you lost?
35, maybe 60.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No.
I was like, what?
I've lost 3.5 inches off my waist.
Maybe
Oh,
15
dear.
or 10.
That's
10 or
awesome.
15.
But he looks
But it hasn't been that long
significantly
either.
different.
That's fantastic.
I am so proud of you.
Thank
That
you.
is
I'm proud
so
of me,
important.
too.
And people don't know. I published 2 studies that show as your weight goes up, the actual physical size and function of your brain goes down, which should scare the fat off anyone. And with 40% of
Scare the
Americans,
fat off you. That's funny. I like that.
thank you. With 40% of America obese, it's the biggest brain drain in the history of the United States.
Listen, when I was in Pittsburgh, or wherever I go in the Midwest, it's like, boom. People put on their clothes and they look like a potato in a leotard.
It's our food supply is, food engineers are not helping us. It's
Who?
tragic. It's tragic all the chemicals being put into our food are not helping.
Oh my
All
God.
the processed food, it's just tragic.
And you are so lucky to be with Stephanie because I know she gets
She's a
this.
blessing, man.
But she gets it, which
Oh,
is
stop
also
that
good
song.
because
Stop that
you have an
stress.
8-year-old son. Right?
Yeah.
And for you doing the right things,
Yeah.
he is more likely to do the right things because children do what we do, not what we tell them to do.
Oh, I know
And
that.
so
I'm
you're
learning
going to
that.
model.
Yes.
Look at me. No. Look, it's your dad talking to you. Look in my eyes. Why? I can hear you. Speak.
All right. The S in Bright Minds is for sleep. Sleep is absolutely essential.
He's good at that.
Oh, I love
He
sleeping.
has no problem there.
Yeah.
But having things like sleep apnea or just bad for the brain. So taking care of your sleep. So that's really the program. I mean, that's what we're going to work on. And my goal is when Buseyisms comes out September 4th, is that you are even more sharp, more together than you are now. And certainly from when I first saw you.
You know what NOW stands for? NOW? No other way.
No
I like it.
other way than to get
Mm-hmm.
healthy.
I like that.
Ready to play the memory game?
I don't know. Am I? Should I be scared?
Yes.
Okay.
You should not doubt yourself before the starting starts.
I'm not sure I doubt myself. It's you I'm a little worried about.
Don't worry. You can do nothing to help yourself on that. You got to help yourself with you and how
right.
your brain functions.
Help stands for.
What?
Do we have a Buseyism for help?
Help.
Yeah, there's one in there.
Have you played this game with him?
I have.
It's not in the chapter titles here, though.
What?
Oh, yeah, he played it. He got pretty far. I played it,
Who,
but I
me?
got pretty far. The memory game. Let's start it.
Okay, ready? You repeat after me everything I say. There's only 10 of them. One hen.
One hen.
Good. You did great. Okay, one hen, two ducks.
One hen, two ducks.
Great. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese.
One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese.
One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise.
One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent
Corpulent
porpoise.
porpoise. That means a big porpoise.
Right.
Okay. This will be halfway there. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise, five pair of Don Alvarez tweezers.
Of what?
Five pair of Don Alvarez tweezers.
Don Alvarez tweezers. Okay. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise, five pairs of Don Alvarez tweezers.
Very good, but remember the word is pair, not pairs.
Okay.
Okay, here we go to 6. You're halfway through. How do you feel?
Focused.
Good, good word. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise, five pair of Don Alvarez tweezers. 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt. 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt.
One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise, five pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt.
Oh my God. Whoa. You're sensational. Okay, we're going to 7.
Uh-oh.
One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise, five pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 7 frozen mummies in the caves of Madagascar claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis. 7 frozen mummies in the caves of Madagascar claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis.
One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, four corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 7 frozen mummies from Madagascar,
Caves.
or the caves of Madagascar, claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis.
Okay, man. Now we're going to 8. One hen, two ducks, three squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 7 frozen mummies in the caves of Madagascar, claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis. 8 sterile nuns dancing in a circle, bringing tears to the eyes of Adolf Hitler.
One hen, two ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 7 frozen mummies from the caves of Madagascar claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis, 8 sterile nuns dancing in a circle bringing tears to the eyes of Adolf Hitler. Did I forget something?
You are fantastic. I created this game, so I know you don't have a preview of
Oh,
what
no,
it
I
is.
don't, definitely.
Okay, here we go. We're going to 9. One hen, two ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 7 frozen mummies in the caves of Madagascar, claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis. 8. Sterile nuns dancing in a circle, bringing tears to the eyes of Adolf Hitler. 9. Sympathetic, apathetic, diabetic, lecherous old men on roller skates with a marked propensity toward procrastination and sloth.
Oh, dear Lord.
You guys are playing too. I know you are.
So, 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient caves.
Ancient sacred.
Ancient sacred caves.
Crypts.
Ancient sacred crypts of Egypt. 7 frozen mummies from the caves of Madagascar, claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis. 8 sterile nuns dancing in a circle, bringing tears to the eyes of Adolf Hitler. 9 sympathetic, apathetic, lecherous, old. 9 sympathetic, apathetic, diabetic, lecherous, old men on roller skates. Hold on.
With
With a propensity toward.
a marked.
With a marked propensity toward procrastination.
With a marked propensity toward procrastination and.
Sloth.
Yay! Okay, one more. You are fantastic.
Nobody's
Okay.
gotten this far.
No.
Right?
No. Except me. Anyway, never mind me. Here we go. Last one, number 10. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Everest tweezers, 6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 7 frozen mummies from the caves of Madagascar claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis, 8 sterile nuns dancing in a circle bringing tears to the eyes of Adolf Hitler, 9 sympathetic, apathetic, diabetic, lecherous old men on roller skates with a marked propensity toward procrastination and sloth, 10 denizens of the deep, bathing in a castle on fire, marching to the quid quo quivian quay.
What?
Marching to the quid quo quivi and quay, all at the same time.
1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoise, 5 pair of Don Alvarez tweezers, 6 brass monkeys
From
an ancient. From the ancient crypts.
sacred.
6 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt. 7 frozen mummies. 7 frozen mummies from the caves of Madagascar claiming to know the whereabouts of Elvis.
8.
Oh, I thought you were saying that for a reason. 8 sterile nuns dancing in a circle, bringing tears to the eyes of Adolf Hitler. 9 sympathetic, apathetic, diabetic, lecherous old men on roller skates. With a marked propensity toward procrastination and sloth. And 10 denizens from the deep.
Come on.
10 denizens of the deep bathing in a castle on fire. Something
Marching to
the quid, quo, quiver, and quay.
All at the same time.
All at the same time.
Hey! All right.
I needed your help at the end on that one.
That's
was hard.
amazing.
That was really hard.
All right. Wow. That was so much fun.
Hey, what'd I tell you about my brain?
Proud of you. And I'm so proud of you.
Oh, listen.
I mean,
Shake. That was great.
I'll tell you what helps me.
Wasn't that great,
Do you
honey?
know what helps me? Karate.
Oh.
I practice martial arts.
Wow.
It's good as
you
long as
what?
you don't hit your head.
I practice martial arts, but it helps me. My brain.
You did
All right.
something to your shorts?
Coming September 4th, Buseyisms, Gary Busey's basic instructions before leaving Earth. I've read the whole thing. It is beautifully written. It's funny. You should get it.
I'm looking forward to it.
And over the next, I don't know, 6 months, year, whatever, we're going to talk more to Gary about
pre-order
fixing
it.
Gary Busey's brain. You can
can
pre-order it now on
At Barnes and
Amazon,
Noble.
Barnes & Noble.
Amazon and booksamillion.com.
And I just want to tell you, you've both been so much fun to have. You've both been just lovely
Thank you
and
for having
wonderful.
us.
Just, it's so special to have you. Thank you for doing this.
Is the check in the mail or do we?
We will talk about that off air.
All right, you're listening
Thank
to the
you.
Brain
Too
Warriors
quick
Way.
for snakes.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Use the code podcast10 to get a 10% discount on a full evaluation at amenclinics.com or on our supplements at brainmdhealth.com. Thank you for listening to the Brain Warriors Way podcast. Go to iTunes and leave a review, and you'll automatically be entered into a drawing to get a free signed copy of the Brain Warriors Way and the Brain Warriors Way cookbook we give away every month.